Bill McIntosh teaches AI non-stop. Success is his game, marketing's his fame. McIntosh, the marketing ace, follow his lead to the winning place. With AI become a spin, join him now, learn to win. Learn his way, don't delay. If you do, you'll make your fortune today.
Hey, welcome to the show. Of course, I'm Bill McIntosh. I am your host. And this show is all about how you can be more successful, grow your businesses faster. And if you haven't yet built your first business, how can you get that business launched and taken off like a rocket ship? So I have made it my mission in life to help as many entrepreneurs as possible. Having already hit $100 million in revenue myself through my various businesses over the years, I've made it my mission in life to help as many entrepreneurs like you as I possibly can. Then on this show, we talk about AI, we talk about modern marketing, different forms of digital marketing, and modern entrepreneurship so that you can build, grow, and scale your business to achieve more freedom for you, your families. And if I do a good job, you'll be founding companies, you'll hire more employees, we'll help the economy together. And it is our way of making an impact on the world, because I believe that it's the entrepreneurs like you and I who are the ones that drive the society forward. All of the world's innovations have been created by bright minds who typically are entrepreneurs, and they're the ones pushing the world forward. And so that's my mission, is to help you and as many people like us as possible. So thank you for joining the show. I see a lot of people saying hello in the chat, but do me a big favor. If you haven't said hello yet, give me a big howdy in the chat. Right now, you'll see, of course, here we're live on YouTube, so you'll see in that chat. I'd love to hear from you throughout the entire show. And yeah, just give me a big old hello or a howdy or just a hi, whatever you want to do. And of course, behind the scenes, we've got our very own producer, Nick. Are you out there, producer Nick?
I am. Hello.
Hey. And glad to have your help once again. And I think I need to turn my volume down just a little bit. I think my volume might be a little loud, making an echo. Let's see. I was blasting video games on that machine too loud earlier today. So, okay. All right. Got my notification turned off, and I am ready to go. Now, today we're going to be talking about a couple of different things. And just a little sneak peek of what we're going to be covering on today's show is number one, we're going to be talking about how you can give away free value, give out useful tips, information in the form of a course. How do you give that stuff away and provide as much value as you can to an audience so that you can then make a big old pile of money? So we'll talk about that, which is kind of cool because you actually get to be very helpful and put out useful information. It's very easy to do. And then you can make a lot of profit when you get it right. So that is one of the things we're going to be talking about today. And then the other topic today is one that is probably the most requested topic of all on the show. And that is traffic. People want to know, how can you get visitors to your website? So we're going to go over 5 strategies about how you can get traffic to your website. 2 of them are very special. One of the traffic strategies I'll be sharing with you, we're going to be doing a little case study around it over the next couple of weeks. So I'll be, we're going to do a live on the high wire without a net test, and I'll show you how this particular strategy works. We'll actually do it together while you're here with me on the show, this will kind of kick that off. And then the other strategy, so 2 of the 5 are pretty special. The other strategy is my absolute favorite traffic strategy of all time. And I've driven hundreds of millions of visitors to my websites. So out of all the different strategies, all the different ways I've been able to get people to my sites, this by far is my favorite. So I'll be revealing that and showing you a little bit about how to do it. We'll pull up the screen together, and I'll show you how it can be done. And I think we're good to get started. Is there anything else I need to do before we kick it off and just get started? Producer Nick?
I think you're missing the ChatGPT jokes.
Oh, the dad jokes. That's right.
Yeah.
Okay.
We've been on a streak. We haven't missed one. So we got to make sure we do that.
It's a new tradition here on the channel. So, by the way, who here is new? Give me a me in the chat box if you're new to the show. If you haven't, maybe if you have seen one or fewer episodes of our live show here on YouTube, give me a me in the chat and let me know. We always have a little delay, by the way. So anytime I ask a question, by the time the audience sees it and people start typing, there's a little delay. There we go. There's the me's. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Quite a few. We got quite a few new viewers today, so that's cool. So if you are new to the channel and this is a topic that is important to you, I would highly recommend you subscribe, by the way. So you'll see down below a red subscribe button. Tap that. That way we put out content like this all the time. So every Wednesday I'm live doing live training, live Q&A, and helping you while we're here live. And then all throughout the week, we're dropping more content about, how to make money online, how to drive traffic to your websites, how to start a business online. If you've got an existing business, how to get new customers, get more leads, grow your business, all of these kinds of topics. And we release content all throughout the week. So if that's something that is important to you, I would have a nice recommendation that you tap that subscribe button. And if you do, be sure you hit the little bell icon and set notifications to always on. YouTube is famous for not notifying you when I put content out. So that'll be how you make sure you get that notification. And awesome. And one of the traditions we've got on the show is that we let ChatGPT give me some good dad jokes, and producer Nick gets to rate them on a scale of 1 to 10. So we'll do the first dad joke of the day. This is courtesy of ChatGPT. The new model, ChatGPT 4.0, is the brand new model that OpenAI just released this week. So let's see if it does any better job. All right, producer Nick, are you ready to rate the dad joke?
Yes.
Here we go. Why did the golfer bring 2 pairs of pants?
I don't know.
In case he got a hole in one.
Oh, that's good. Maybe the new use case for 4.0 is dad jokes. That was above average.
Yeah. So what'd you give it up? Between 1 and 10, what does it rate?
Let's say 8.
An 8. Oh, wow. I think that might be the best score you've ever given me. All right.
Yeah, I like that one. Oh, and before we get into the content, I'm curious, for all the new people, where did you come from? Where'd you find us? I'm curious how you wandered into our stream today.
Awesome. Yeah. All those who said me, if you're a new subscriber, or a new viewer, how did you find the channel today? Did YouTube recommend it? Or maybe you got an email from me. You're on one of our subscriber lists. But let us know how you found the show. And with that, we're going to kick it off, and I'm going to get into the first segment. And I guess should we cover traffic first?
Yeah.
Okay, let's cover traffic then. All right, and let me get this going. So those of you who are new to the show, we record these segments. So I'm the bit of training I'm about to do, the segment that I'm about to deliver, we're recording it. So if I mess up, I will often do retakes, or I'll make notes for our video editor. And so if you're watching us, you'll know why I'm doing that. I haven't gone crazy. I'm not talking to myself. We're recording this because we take the content that I make here and we use it in courses, in trainings. We give it out for free. We cut it up into snippets and we use it all over the place. So when I do the show, we take these and send them off to the editor and the content team. And yeah, we get a lot of use out of this. So just so you know what I'm doing. And with that, we're going to get started. I'm going to move this screen over here. And I need to get screen sharing going. Let's get the screen share up. Do the entire screen, and we will put it right there. Okay. And then for this segment, producer Nick, you'll have to hide yourself, and we'll do it that way. Good. We'll start like that. Okay. Cool. There we go. All right. Here we go. Over my 20-year journey as an online entrepreneur, I have generated hundreds of millions of visitors to my websites. And over the years, I've produced over $100 million in revenue by doing that. So the big question is, how do you get website traffic to be profitable, especially if you're a new entrepreneur who has just kicked off your business and you want to get website traffic and you're just not sure which is the right strategy? There are so many of them. There are dozens and dozens of different internet strategies for getting visitors to your website. And today, I'm going to zero in on 5 of the top strategies, including my 2 favorite of all time in today's show. So with that, I'm going to get started here. We're going to pop it over to my screen, and I've got a lot to share with you in this video. Here we go. All right. So by the way, the contents of this, the board you see here and the little slide deck, our notes, and all the case studies in this training are available to all of our free subscribers. So if you haven't yet, make sure you subscribe to not just the channel here, but our email newsletter list. It is 100% free. I'll drop the link down in the description below. Make sure you subscribe to that email newsletter. It's, again, totally free, and we give out lots of free bonuses like all of the slides, all of the content that you see today, all of our show notes. We will give it to you if you subscribe to the newsletter. So let's get the presentation kicked off. And we'll go to the beginning. Now, as I said, I have driven literally hundreds of millions of people to my various businesses over the years, and I've been able to be pretty successful doing it. And I'm not the only one. I'll show you somebody else in a minute who's done the same thing. Let's see here. Or actually, let's note for editor, we'll edit that little snippet out I just said there about somebody else. That's our other segment for the day. All right, well, here, we'll do the editing and we'll pick it back up from here. And as an example, here's one of the sites where we did 2.2 million visitors in just a single week. It was pretty cool. So let's dive right into it. I'm not going to make you wait. Let's get right into the strategies. So I'm going to give you 5 of these traffic strategies and then some bonus tips at the end of this video. And it's really important. The bonus tips at the end help pull it all together. Now, starting with traffic strategy number 5, that is a site called Quora. Now, Quora is a Q&A, a question and answer site where people go, they ask all kinds of questions, and they get a ton of traffic. And Google absolutely loves the site Quora, just Quora.com. And here's a little case study here of Jake Abrams, who he posted over on, looks like on Twitter there. I drove 172,290 visitors from Quora for $0. Okay. And let's take a look at that. Oh, that's over on LinkedIn, not Twitter. So we'll link to Jake's full post. Again, we'll put it in the show notes for today. And that's how he did it. And especially, I think a lot of people would be interested in this $0 part of that. Now, one of the things about Quora is it's all about organic marketing. And one of the things that you need to do is you don't want to rush in and be a spammer, right? So, and this applies to any kind of social environment where there are a lot of people engaging, interacting in discussions, whether it's inside of a Facebook group, over on Reddit, in a subreddit, if you use Reddit, or which Reddit is just, it's just a site that a lot of people have discussions about all kinds of different topics in any niche you could imagine. And over on Quora, they're asking questions and helping each other out with answers on, again, any topic you could imagine. I am absolutely certain that your niche market, whatever your business is about, is covered in Quora. And there are people there right this moment asking questions that you can help them with related to your business. But where people get this wrong is they rush in and then they just start spamming Quora, right? They create a new account and they just start dropping their link everywhere, being overly promotional, and they get banned. And then they'll come away and they'll say, Quora, that sucks. It doesn't work. It's absolutely untrue. As you saw that Jake got there, he proves it, that it absolutely is not true. So instead, when you go to Quora, you have to approach it from the standpoint that you are becoming part of that community. It is a community and you're joining it. And so you want to actually provide some value. You want to make sure you fill out a full profile, put all your information in there, be a real person. Don't just be like a blank profile with no profile pic and just start blasting promotional stuff everywhere. Be real, be a genuine member of the community. Then provide value by actually answering questions and engaging and making comments and voting things up and be part of the community. And I would recommend you do this for some time. And, I would say an absolute bare bones minimum would be a week, but the longer you do it, the more you become a trusted account, the more you become be in a position where when you do start promoting your business, that you're not going to get banned, because that they don't want spammers. And if you jump in there and you spam links everywhere, they're quick to ban people. So instead, become a genuine member of the community, provide value, answer questions related to your niche. And then as your account ages and becomes worthwhile, then you can begin dropping links. And let's go back to the presentation here. And once you're up and running, you're going to want to find questions again in your niche. You answer them and provide real value, okay? Then what I like to do is you can come back and pay attention to when one of these questions starts to gain traction. And all of a sudden you'll see a question, maybe it gets picked up in Google, for an example, and Google begins sending tons of traffic to that thread, to that question. You can come back and edit your post and add a link in later. And again, I'm not saying to use this as a spamming tactic where you're going to do this over and over and over again. Just saying, if you notice that one of the posts that you've provided genuine value is taken off and getting a lot of views, that's a perfectly viable thing to do. And so then as you become a member of the community and you're following their rules and following their guidelines, you can begin more frequently recommending your own business as a source of information. And ideally, you have blog posts or other information on your website that you can reference and point to, instead of it just being like, hey, buy this thing. Hopefully you have some useful content on your site that you can reference and link to from Quora, that people can go get more information related to their question, and then they'll end up over on your website. And so that is how you use Quora. So let's move on and go to strategy number 4. Influencers. So influencers, this is a very misunderstood term. Basically, I know people think of influencers as like, the girls on TikTok, dancing on camera. It's way more than that. It's not, or they think of the Kardashians or, celebrities or things like that. And influencers, it's a much bigger thing than that. My definition of an influencer is someone who commands the attention of an audience. And this means somebody who maybe they have a big email list. They still influence and command attention of an audience. Maybe they've got a popular blog that, that they get a lot of traffic. They command the influence over that audience. And sure, could it be somebody who's dancing on TikTok? Yeah, that's also an influencer. If they have a large following, they command the attention of an audience. And so whichever of these channels, heck, it could be an anonymous Facebook page, a business page that doesn't even associate it with a person's name or face. Anyone who has a property that has influence over any audience, that is an influencer. And they have all the eyeballs. In today's economy, they're the ones that have the attention of today. And as an example, our channel here on YouTube is still fairly small, but I have the influence over a pretty large audience through email, through my blogs and websites and different presence that I have online. And so I can promote somebody's product or service, and I can literally send hundreds of thousands of dollars in sales with a single promotion to my audience. So this is something that you don't need to have your own audience. You can start out with zero influence. If you have a great product or service and you're willing to pay commission to somebody to help you make sales, you've got everything that you need. And by the way, those of you who have my PushButton AI websites, or my Profit Platform is my other business where we build and host websites for you. The sites that we build for you for all of my customers, they come built in with an affiliate management system, so you can pay influencers commission to send you traffic. And we've got training for you and all the tools and the technology. It's already installed, it's already set up, and you can use it on your websites. Anybody who has a site with me can do this. So let's take a look at this. This is Olipop. This is a soft drink company. They actually completely stopped running paid ads, and they've gone all in on influencers. And now the company has made over $100 million in revenue. So let's take a look at that case study here. And that's courtesy of Marketing Examine. This case study goes down here about how you get influencers, how the whole strategy works. And here's Olipop. Okay. So they went to influencers, and you can see here, whether it's photos or other content, they're looking at TikTok, Instagram, and other places as well. So it's been very powerful for them. Now, the beauty of this, when you do it right, it costs you nothing out of pocket, right? You spend the time to find the influencers, locate their contact information, which is easy to do. It's not hard. All you have to do is go look at their bio, look in their about us on their websites, and you can find it. You just have to do a little bit of detective work. Most of the influencers will have a website, and if in their link in their bio or their description of the in social media doesn't have their contact information, it most certainly will be on their website. You can just look at the contact us or about us pages, and you can locate. When we do this strategy, usually 7 or 8 out of every 10 influencers that we see on the internet, we can find all of their contact information, including email, phone number, even their physical address, with just some old-fashioned research. So you'll spend some time, either you or if you want to hire a virtual assistant to do this for you, to find the influencers that are in your niche market. And then you just reach out to them and you tell them that you have a fantastic product or service that helps solve a unique problem that their audience is experiencing, or that you can help their audience in some way, and that you would like to work out a partnership deal where you will give them a large share of revenue for promoting your brand. Okay. And this could be whether you have a course or a digital product, an information product, or you're selling physical e-commerce products, services, whatever it might be. And now with zero out of pocket, you can have somebody who commands an audience to promote you, and then you just pay them commission, and be generous with that commission. Obviously, you want to make profit, of course, but be very generous with the influencer to make sure that they make the maximum amount of money as possible. And then they're going to be excited to do it, and they're going to be excited to keep doing it. If it's lucrative for them, they're making money, they will keep promoting you over time. And what you'll find is you can end up with a stable of 10 or 12 influencers who can support your entire business just by them promoting you, on a regular basis. So this is something that I highly recommend. And again, we build your sites on Profit Platform and on my PushButton AI service. If you've got a site with us, it's built in where you can pay your influencers commission. All the technology is already installed on your websites. We've even got training in our members area teaching you how to use it and how to do this. So yeah, this is an awesome strategy. All right, back to the presentation. Strategy number 3. This is giveaways. So viral giveaways are a really, really effective strategy. And we're going to be doing this right here on this channel, actually, in the coming weeks. We are about to kick off a massive giveaway contest with prizes and all kinds of stuff. But so I'm a fan of this. I do it myself all the time. I've even created software products that help people do this. But viral giveaways are awesome. So you just give stuff away, and you can do it sweepstakes style. You can do it where when people help get the word out about your contest, share the links, they get points, they can win more stuff. And there's a lot of tools to do it. You can see on the screen there that we have Viper.ai, viralbox.co, and dojomojo.com. Dojo Mojo, I've seen several times in case studies of people doing successful giveaways. And as an example here, this is a giveaway done on Instagram. So in this case study, they got 37,000 new Instagram followers, 41,000 emails on their email list, and 15,000 shares on social media simply by doing a giveaway. Now, one of the big misconceptions about giveaways is that you have to give away something that costs you a lot of money out of your pocket. You don't have to go buy a car and give it away to get big results. You can give away prizes that cost you little to nothing out of your own pocket. And there's a lot of creative strategies too for getting people to donate prizes to your contest, which will be a subject for another video. But the point is, you don't have to spend a lot of money out of pocket with your prizes, as long as your audience, the people that you want to get in front of, you give them something that they value. That could be information, could be a free course, it could be a service that you deliver, it could be a product that you sell. You're getting it for wholesale and giving it away. There is a lot of different options available. And again, we'll cover this topic more on a future video on the channel. But giveaways are an awesome strategy. I've used it over and over again, and I recommend that you do too. Back to the presentation. Traffic strategy number 2. And this is my second favorite strategy right now. And this is, should we call it Twix? X, formerly Twitter. Twitter, X, whichever you want to call it, they are a powerful strategy. Regardless of what your thoughts are about, Twitter and their approach to content and some of the controversy around Elon Musk and the media and all of that kind of nonsense. The point is, X is a valuable resource for you as a business, both organically and as paid advertising. So it's been proven by survey that X produces a higher return on ad spend than any of these other platforms. As you can see on the screen there, for every dollar you spend on X ads, on average in the survey that was done, you get $6.80 back. That's a better return than Pinterest, than Snapchat, TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and LinkedIn. Take a look at where Facebook is on that list. And that's where everybody loves to go advertise on Facebook. And they're second to last on that list in terms of the profit return to you in your pocket based on what you spend in advertising. So X is an awesome way to do ads, okay? So what you should do here, and this will be a strategy that we're going to be doing live on the channel starting next week. So next week, I won't be doing it today, but next week, I'm going to go live. I'll share my screen and we will make an ad together. So we're going to create an organic post on Twitter together. I'm going to put an ad on it while you watch, and we'll do a live case study together. So if you're not quite ready to jump on X and do it yourself, tune into the channel. Make sure you subscribe. So tap that red subscribe button down below. Make sure you turn on all notifications, and then we'll do that case study. So next week, I'm going to record it live in front of the audience. We'll build an ad together, launch it together, and then I'll cover it. We'll do follow-ups over the coming weeks. After that, I'll show you the performance. Did it result in us getting any traffic, any subscribers, any money? And we'll go in detail and we'll go through a step-by-step case study. But the strategy here is quite simple. First, you make an organic post on Twitter. And not a lot of people are doing this. I love to make an organic post on Twitter and then put an ad on that. Instead of a hidden ad, like a lot of times if you just go through the standard way most people make their Twitter ads, I have a visitor here. Yes, Bodie? What do you want? You want to come up here? Come here. You want to come up here? Yeah. Hi, buddy. Okay. Now I got to clean the slobber off my face. All right, audience. That was Bodie. So he's one of my two mascots here. That's like having a home studio. So, all right. Well, so note for editor, we'll do a quick retake on that. So not enough people are doing this. And instead, what they're doing is just placing an ad following what everybody else does. And those ads are kind of hidden from the Twitter timeline. But if you first make an organic post and then put an ad promoting that organic post, it will go more viral. It will spread. It'll be more visible. And you'll get not just paid eyeballs, but free eyeballs combined into one. It's the best of both worlds. And so what you'll want to do is my favorite way to do this is to do a reply type of a post. And you've probably seen these on Twitter where they say, hey, I've got this awesome thing. If you'd like it, reply in the comments, yes, and I'll send it to you. Have you ever seen those? Well, that's what I recommend doing. And you can use a tool like Hype Fury, Tweet Hunter, or there's a lot of them. And what they'll do is they'll take everybody who comments on your post, and then they'll automatically send them a private message, totally automated. And so that private message will just be a link over to your opt-in page to subscribe and get the free thing. So as an example, a way I might use it would be like, would you like my 10 most profitable AI prompts? Then comment on this post and say prompts, right? And so then I'd set my bot to see those comments. It would direct message, a private message sent to each person who commented with a link to my opt-in page where they can download that free information, right? And so for you, whatever your audience, the biggest problems and goals your audience has, figure out how you can create a free report or free content, use AI to do it even. Comment. Did my video shut off?
It did for a second. The last, I would say about 15 seconds. So if you want to take it back 15 seconds. That was weird. Yeah. I'll take myself off the stage now.
Okay. Yeah, weird. I don't know what's going on with the camera, but yes. So you want to you set it up that way so that now when you do step 2, which is you go into the Twitter ads dashboard and you run an ad, and there's a way to select an organic post, and you want to promote that organic post. And that is the strategy, because now you get the two-pronged approach where the paid spend is going to amplify your post. It's going to give it a push. And then when people out on Twitter begin to comment on the post and to begin to interact and like the post, the organic algorithm triggers and you get free traffic. So you're getting paid and free all combined into one. And it's like a powerhouse that sends the post to take off. And I've had posts that get literally millions and millions of views by doing this. And again, if you're not familiar with this, then definitely stay tuned to the channel. We're going to do this together live. We'll do that next week on my next week's live show. So subscribe to the channel. You can see the button down there to do it. And we'll do that together. And I'll walk through this step by step. I'll show the ads interface. We'll even write the tweet together while we're live and create the ad. We'll do all of that while you watch. So yeah, again, stay tuned for that. But that was technique number 2, my second favorite technique right now. Now we're going to move on to my favorite traffic strategy of all time. And that's with hundreds of millions of visitors and over 2 decades of experience. So this is powerful. Let's move on to that. Strategy number one is one that sounds plain, and I've labeled it blogging, but it is so much more than that. You've probably heard of that you need a blog to put out articles and content and information out through your business, right? But nobody, I think, has ever really clearly explained why. Some people talk about you can get traffic from Google. Some people talk about how other ways you can use it. But there's a very specific strategy, and you have to do it in the right order, which I'm going to talk to you and explain how that works in a moment. If you do it, then you can get a ton of traffic. And by the way, we do this strategy for our clients in PushButton AI. This strategy is also called a traffic pack inside my company, PushButton AI. So we actually can do this entire strategy done for you, hands-free, and get you traffic using AI. So what we want to do here is we want to create content that is going to be useful. And we want to make sure that it's going to be something that our audience, the people that would buy our products or services or who would want to do business with us, we make sure that it's content that's going to be helpful to them. And you can see here how Examine.com got 776,000 visitors from a single page on their site by doing a strategy very simple. And this one here, you can see the organic visitors to this website, and it's all driven by AI content, okay? Now, a few reasons I love this, and let's just get into how you do it. So the first thing you want to do is you want to get really clear on the biggest problems and goals that your market has. So the people that might do business with you and might want to, click on your affiliate links or buy your products or subscribe to your mailing list, you need to identify the biggest problems that they have, that they're experiencing, the most emotionally frustrating, important problems they've got, and the biggest goals, the most aspirational goals that they have that they really want to achieve. You have to work out what those are. You might know that because maybe you have a lot of experience with your client base. If you don't, you can go to AI and ask it. You can describe your products or service, describe your niche market, and just ask the AI. And it's really good at helping you uncover those problems and goals. But you need to get that clear first. If you blog about the wrong topics, you write content about the wrong topics that do not go to the heart of what they really, truly desire, right? By knowing their innermost frustrating problems and the most important goals, it's a bit like some psychological voodoo. And when you write about these topics, you can get them to come to your website to get the answers, to get help on those topics. If you write about stuff that they're not that interested in, maybe you'll get a couple clicks, but you're not going to get the incredible volume of clicks that you can get by when you get it right. So get clear on what those are. And now you're going to use AI to create articles. And we've covered this process, by the way, on the channel here. So there's a specific video on the channel. I'll link to it in the description below, where we walk step by step on how to do this entire strategy, okay? So once you have that content created and posted to your blog, again, making sure that it is a vital problem or goal or covers a couple of those so that people will be interested in it, post it to your blog. Make sure it's a good looking post. It even's got images, which you can make with AI. You can get AI created images, AI created content. The important thing is that it actually helps with the problem or goal. Then the very first thing you want to do after you publish it is head over to social media. And hopefully you're active on Twitter, you're active on Facebook. Those are at least the bare bones minimum. Pinterest is another place that would be fantastic for this. But what you want to do is then share that content on social media. So share it on your Twitter, share it on your Facebook business page, do a pin on Pinterest. And that is really, really important. And a lot of people don't value the social aspect of blogging. They're so focused on Google as the answer. And actually Google comes later. If you do this right, Google will naturally, organically come later without having to do a bunch of crazy search engine optimization. So we post to these places. If you have a budget, I would then advise you spend a small amount of money, a couple of bucks a day. I would say somewhere between $2 to $5 per day, and you pop an ad on that post. The very post that you stuck over on Twitter, run a Twitter engagement ad on it to drive that post on Twitter. Or if you've got a good Facebook page, your business page, pop an ad and promote that organic share, the organic free share that you put out there, run an ad promoting it. That is going to kick off everything. And if you repeat doing this, you'll run an ad and you let it run for 3 days and you take a look. And if it's doing really well, you let the ad continue to run. And if it's not doing very well, you kill them off, pause the ads, and move on to the next post. And what you're going to find is if you do this enough, you're going to, every once in a while, you're going to hit out of the park, and it's going to be amazing. So somewhere between 1 to 3 out of every 10 posts we make, and it varies niche to niche and market to market, but it's usually between 1 and 3 out of every 10 posts just is an absolute home run. And it will get 10, 100, 1,000 times more attention, more likes, more clicks, more comments. And then you've got a winner. And so what I do is I'm constantly blogging, putting out more and more content and evaluating, doing the little couple of bucks a day ad spend trick on Twitter or on Facebook. The ones that fizzle out, pause them. The ones that take off, you got a winner. And now you're going to get floods of traffic. In fact, the 2.2 million visitors that we got in 7 days that you saw at the beginning of this slide was done with this exact strategy. So I know firsthand that it works. Now, if you're not sure about how you can create super high quality blog posts with images and really good content, we can do that for you. So if you're not familiar with my brand, PushButton AI, probably want to check it out. You can head on over to pushbutton.ai/demo and get a free demo of the platform. It's a push button business builder. So it isn't just about building any one thing. Lots of tools out there will build an article or create a web page or create a landing page or create an article or all these different things, videos, images. What PushButton AI does is it builds a business. All of those things that you need, emails, logos, videos, audios, web pages, sales pages, courses, and giveaway reports, and all the stuff you need to run your business, builds it all, launches it, installs it on the hosting for you, and then hands you the keys. And it can do this strategy. Traffic strategy number 1, it can do it for you automatically, completely hands-free, do all of that blogging. You'll be the one who then does your ads in social media if you choose. But all of the blogging part, it does it hands-free. It will blog for you every single day, in fact. And not only that, it does all the research to help uncover those big problems and goals that the audience has. The AI figures it out for you. And then it blogs for you automatically on those topics every single day. So if you're interested in that, check it out. Go to pushbutton.ai/demo to learn more. And on that note, now we're going to move on to our bonus content for today's session, and we'll wrap it up. It is a complete myth that if you build an awesome website, people are just going to show up. It just is not true. Now, the other thing is, I think people radically underestimate how long it takes to get free traffic. If you don't have a budget, it will take a time commitment and an effort commitment. And I think as long as you're willing to stick it out and not quit early, then you can make free traffic work. But realize it's not a situation where you're going to do a little trick and you're going to get, 1 million visitors overnight with little to no effort. If you're willing, again, to put in the consistency and stick with it, you can get free traffic. Then talking about consistency, this is so, so important when it comes to traffic. Whether you're doing paid ads or free organic, either way, you need to be prepared to be in it for the long haul and that you're going to be consistent. So if you run a couple of ads today and then tomorrow you look and they don't seem to be doing very well and you kill it all off and quit, you're never going to make paid ads work. You're going to have to be willing to invest a little bit of money in testing and trying new things, trying new creatives, trying new landing pages, tweaking your copy, adjusting your offer, maybe even adjusting your pricing. All these things are stuff that you have to be willing to stick it out and do in order to hit success. Some of you will hit success immediately and boom, right out of the gate, you'll be making money. Others, it may take some time and some experimentation and some willingness to be consistent. Okay. Now, AI makes all of this easier, right? The beauty in today's world is that using AI, if you understand how to use it properly, tools like my very own PushButton AI make this so much easier to get traffic than ever before. Okay. And then finally, monetize early and get more traffic. Okay. I see a lot of people that work on getting traffic and their sites aren't set up to make any money. So they might have a site and they're getting traffic. And if you don't yet have an offer, you don't have any money coming in the door. So what I try to do is from the very beginning is try to make sure that I have a way to make money with that traffic quickly. So that I know that if I spend $1 on an ad, I have some way to make that dollar back. Because then I just keep cycling it and recycling as I'm testing and growing and improving and sending my traffic up to higher and higher levels. Ideally, I want to at least break even on that traffic that I'm sending. So if I'm spending money on ads and they're going to a site that I can't make any money back, it gets to be very frustrating and no wonder people quit, right? So you want to have some way to make money with the traffic that you're sending to your site. And you've probably heard the phrase a self-liquidating offer. If you haven't, that means that you spend $1 to get a visitor to your website, and for every visitor, you're going to get at least $1 back, so you can reinvest that dollar and start the process all over again. And every business that I've had that has scaled up and become a really big business has been on that principle right there. So make sure you have a way to make money before you get too invested into getting traffic to your website. So on that note, we're going to wrap up this session. I hope that it was helpful. Stick around. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. We're going to do that live case study next week. So you're going to want to see that. That'll be a live Twitter organic and paid strategy. We'll do it together on the live show. And again, we release content like this all throughout the week. So tap that red subscribe button. And if you got value today, give me a thumbs up. It helps the channel. It helps me. And I'll be eternally grateful. And on that note, we're going to head out of here. Bye for now. Okay, live audience, I'm still here, not going anywhere. Just did that for the recording. And what we're going to do now is we are going to go to your questions. Somebody's trying to blow up my phone. So we're going to go to your questions. We're going to do on-topic questions on this strategy. And so producer Nick, if you could take a look at the chat, we're going to take a very quick commercial break. So I'm going to go on a break for just 2 minutes, rest my voice, get some more caffeine, and then we'll be back with all of your questions. And don't forget, next up is an awesome strategy on how you give stuff away for free and get lots of money. So everybody wants to do that, right? So that's our next segment coming up after that. But before that, let me pull this around here. And we're going to go to a very short commercial break. See you in a minute.
The presidents, celebrities, or characters in this video are all fake and generated by artificial intelligence.
You know, the other day while I was resting my eyes, I woke up to find that I'd built an entire online business.
Really, Joe? How'd you manage to do that?
Well, you see,
Wait a minute, Sleepy Joe. Let me guess. You had PushButton AI do all the work, didn't you?
That's right, Donald. It found me a fantastic domain name, built out a complete site, set up my shopping cart so I can get paid, and even wrote an entire email sales campaign for me, all while I was napping.
Well, I've been using PushButton AI too. And believe me, my new business, it's huge. The best. So much winning, you wouldn't believe.
This PushButton AI sounds phenomenal.
Oh, it is. It's almost as genius as I am.
But with better hair, no doubt.
Guys, all this talk is boring to me. What everyone needs to do is click the link of this video and go to the masterclass to see how to use this powerful technology to build their own profitable online business.
Well, if Elon says it, it must be worth a shot.
You're right, Barry. Everyone should click the link. right now.
I can't believe I'm going to agree with Joe, but this masterclass sounds like it's going to be huge. Absolutely terrific. The best masterclass ever given, probably.
Okay, guys, how about we hit that link? Time is money.
And we're back. Now we unmute. Looks like you unmuted yourself.
I did.
All right. So I think YouTube is doing a little ad break. So some of you are still out in ad land. So we're going to get to your questions here in just a moment. So with that, producer Nick, what do we got?
Yeah, we'll start with Janelle. And she asked this right before the segment went up. So I think she's talking about all of the traffic strategies or what we went over broadly. And she wants to know if this will work for her travel agency.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I think all of those strategies could work for your travel agency. As an example, the blogging one, the big one at the end, I would think that, there probably are common problems that people have when it comes to travel, that people would be thinking about before they're about to book a vacation or about to, engage in travel. And so I think using the blogging strategy to cover those problems, and then talking about goals, they probably have destinations in mind, right? So that would be like a goal. So if the destination is, it's amazing. All these years, my wife and I have never been to Hawaii. I would love to go to Hawaii, right? So that's like a goal. I know she really wants to go, so that would be awesome. So that's an example of a emotionally charged goal. And you could also do content about that. And then by putting that content in your blog and sharing it through social media and even putting a little bit of an ad spend on it, you're going to attract people that have those problems, that have those goals, and they're perfect. Those are the people that you want to do business with, right? So there's an example of one, but all of those strategies I talked about are valid. Even the Quora one. I'll bet you people are asking travel questions right now as we're sitting here over on Quora, and if they're asking questions about travel, they probably would like to do what? Travel. So there you go. All right, next question.
Yeah, well, on that topic, I've seen a lot of people use Quora as like a keyword research tool where they'll use Quora to see what people really want to know about, and they'll take that to make blog content. And I've seen case studies where that blog content will rank really well because Quora already validates it. They already know people are looking for it.
Cool. Great tip.
Yeah. And then Brian says, this is when you were talking about X. He says, what software automates X responses?
Well, I know we're evaluating software ourselves right now in terms of deciding which one we're going to be using from here forward. I don't know, Nick, if you've had a chance yet, if you have a one that you prefer.
Yeah, I'm trying to choose between Tweet Hunter, that's tweethunter.io, and Hype Fury. We're not affiliates for either one. These are just, software we're looking at. Honestly, I'll have to come to a conclusion soon. I can't keep waiting too long to use these software. But it's down to those two.
Well, we're going to pick, and we have 1 week. Clock is ticking.
Yeah, so I better make up my mind. But they're both good software. It's just like which one's better. That's what I'm trying to get to the bottom of.
Yeah, and so we'll be doing that. That'll be part of what I'll show next week on the next week's show. Is I'll show you how that software works. We'll log in. The one that we decide to use for the case study. I'll show you how it's set up. We'll log into it. We'll make a post together. We'll make an ad together. We'll do that all live next week.
Yeah, and by next week you'll have my answer, and I'll be able to tell you why I chose one software over the other. Next question is from Brian, and he says, isn't Google killing blogs lately?
Which is exactly why you want to do the strategy I showed you, right? So Google is killing blogs for a couple of reasons, okay? The biggest reason is there's a lot of garbage sites, okay? So people are using AI to churn out huge volumes of garbage articles. Okay. And there's a couple of things that they cracked down on. One of them is people who go, there's this strategy that's been used where you go find an expired domain name, an old domain that had a website on it, right? So somebody who had a website, they had authority, they had been around a while, they had trust, but the domain expired for one reason or another. So people would register those, and then they would take advantage of the trust that Google had given this old website, right? Maybe a website's been around for 15 years and Google really trusted it. The domain expired, and then someone would register it, and they would create tens of thousands of pages of junk, just to call it what it is. That's more specifically the strategy that they're cracking down on. And if instead you do what I said, where you're going to focus on the actual problems that people are having, the actual goals that they have, you're going to make an honest effort to help them with those things and create content that does actually provide value. And then you're not trying to do some search engine tricks with Google. You're sharing it with humans in social media. You're ignore Google, forget Google. Post it on Twitter, post it on Facebook, go pin it on Pinterest. You'll get natural traffic from real people. Here's the thing, Google will see that. Google will see that you have natural people coming to your website, they're reading your content, and it's helpful and it's useful. And then guess what happens? You get the traffic. The traffic that they smacked those other people and they took it away from the garbage bloggers, they're going to give it to you because you're going to use a strategy that provides actual help, and you're getting real people, real eyeballs from real social media followers to come to your site and prove to Google that your content is helpful. There you go.
Awesome. Wow, lots of questions from Brian. This is the additional question, and it's where's the link for the post strategy?
So you know the article, the video I'm talking about, Nick, the one that we covered this strategy in more detail?
About 10 PGB?
Well, I think the traffic, we went over like the traffic pack strategy.
Oh, yeah. Let me pull that up. I remember what you're talking about.
Okay. So yeah, so you can share that in the chat when you have a moment, but, and we'll go on to the next question.
Yeah. The next one's from Chris, and he says, when you send traffic to a blog, is there an automated software to send them information and get their emails?
I wouldn't say it's automated software, but you would have what's called an opt-in, or a squeeze page is another term people will talk about, where you give away a free report or a course or something of value to get them to subscribe. That part can be automated. And for example, the sites we build with PushButton AI, it does all of that. It does all of that for you.
All right. Finesse Sims says, this is the product of the future.
Oh, awesome. Yeah. I guess talk about PushButton.
That's what I assume. Yeah.
Okay. I agree.
Yeah. And Andrew says, how much do you charge for a total newbie?
For a total newbie? Well, here's what I would recommend. So for PushButton AI, it's like a business building tool. And we have something, we call it our early access program. And if you schedule a demo, you get to jump on Zoom with a member of my team. They'll show you the tool. But more importantly, they're going to just chat with you about what you're trying to achieve. Like if you're a newbie and you're not sure what to do, they'll give you a little free coaching just for doing the demo with us. And they'll see if we can use PushButton AI to help you with that. And if we can, they'll invite you into our early access program, and they can talk about, price, because pricing varies depending upon what you need. We even have consulting and coaching and courses and all kinds of stuff we can do to help you with your, with starting a new business. In fact, even if it's not a fit, so let's say that you do your demo and they determine it's not a fit, we're going to actually give you a plan, like a step-by-step marketing plan as a gift for doing the demo. So it's really an exploration to find out if PushButton AI can help you. And if it can, we'll invite you in. And then if not, we'll give you some free insights and a free marketing plan. So yeah, I'd recommend just jump over there. It's pushbutton.ai/demo. It's where you can get that.
Awesome. This next comment is from Pete. And I think he was talking about, you were answering the last question about Google, slapping blog posts. And he said, it's the same with these syndications. They all share and like. So Google ranks it high, but it could be rubbish.
So say that once more. It's
Yeah, here's what he says verbatim. He says, it's the same with these syndications. They all share and like. So Google ranks it high, but it could be rubbish.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay, so there are spammy ways to share content. Like you can hire companies and they'll share your content with a bunch of fake accounts, right? But they'll have bots and other spammy ways to share stuff on Facebook. That's not what we're talking about here. So what I'm saying is you're going to share it on your socials and you're going to get real humans, not bots. We don't want bots. We want real humans who have those problems, right? The problems that you're blogging about, you're going to help get them enlightened about how to solve them. You want to reach the people that have those problems. You want to get them to click off of Facebook and come to your blog and read your article, a real person. And that's what we're talking about. So we're not talking about some spammy tactic where you're going to churn out tens of thousands of pages of junk and then get a bunch of bots to spread it all over on Facebook. Definitely, that's not what we're talking about here. It's something quite a bit different. And what happens is, because Google will see the human behaviors, believe it or not, Google tracks every single thing we do online, right? Everything. On every website you ever go to, if you're in the Chrome browser, Google knows everything you do. They know every click you make. They know every mouse movement you make. They know if you scroll down the page, do you refresh the page? Do you, and then also with tools like Google Analytics that almost every webmaster installs on their site, they also know these things. So what Google is going to see, they see all. They will see the visitors coming from Twitter, coming from Facebook, real humans. They will see that they scroll down the pages, they're reading your articles intently, and that those people are sending the signals that they're getting value from your content. When that happens, Google is more likely to rank your content and send you traffic from the Google search engine. And that's how that works. And it's definitely not from a spammy kind of bot-driven strategy. Yeah. Next.
Yep. Brian says, what works best? Oh, sorry, I skipped one. This one's a dono, a $5 dono from Brian Smith. And he says, I'm a hypnotist and services can help with a huge variety of issues. How could something like PushButton AI help narrow down to a profitable niche?
So what I'll say to that is the key to this is in that early research phase when I talked about getting into 5 common problems and goals, right? What we do, part of the PushButton AI process and procedure is to identify 5 problems and 5 big goals. And so what you want to do is come up with a topic that has at least 5 big problems and 5 big goals around that strategy. Whether it's oriented around success and mindset, whether it's around stopping smoking, whether it's around weight loss, you'll want to pick a topic like that. And the tool, there's a step when you use the tool that helps you identify those problems and goals. The AI will actually help you do that. And then part of our early access program, by the way, this is Brian. Yep. Is that we do have consulting and coaching available. It's an option that is available. So if you'd like to work with someone who is a proven successful entrepreneur who knows how to get traffic and has proven that they can build profitable businesses, we do have that available. And you can find out more about that if you book a demo with us. They can talk to you about those options as well. And so if you have a consultant, you can talk this through to sort of help you pick the right niche market so you got it right. But that's my advice there. Yeah.
All right. Well, lots of good questions after this segment. Next one is Brian says, What works best for low-ticket items to get volume sales?
The most to get low ticket to get volume sales. I'm a big fan of information products. So if you followed me for a while, I love digital products, and those can take a lot of different forms. In fact, I think was it last week we covered that on the channel?
Yeah.
In last week's show we did the different kinds of digital products out there.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's not up on the channel yet. It was from the live show, I think. So
yeah,
we have an episode coming out that will cover that. I don't think it's on the channel yet.
No, it's not.
Okay. So there'll be a video coming out that will cover a bunch of different, digital products, information type products and digital products that you can sell at a low ticket price and get a high volume of sales. And that's something that I'm a big, big fan of. In the e-commerce world, there are ways to do this with physical products as well. Our very own producer, Nick, did this in his jewelry business. So, you remember when you did those chain giveaways?
Oh, the free plus shipping funnel?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
So he was had a free plus shipping where he would charge just enough to cover costs on a sterling silver chain, and then he upsold pendants and other jewelry to those buyers. You built a pretty big list, right? I think I forget how many was on that.
I believe it was 6,000.
Yeah.
Yes. So didn't we break even initially?
Yeah, well, that was the beauty. You're basically acquiring customers for free because they were, buying, covering the cost of the ads and the cost to send the sterling silver necklaces. And then you had this list. So he was able to then monetize them and make a lot of profit over the long term. So initially, he sold something very inexpensive to capture them as a customer, and then upsold them more expensive stuff into the future through the list. Next.
Yeah, this one comes from Leonidas, and he says, is PushButton able to connect with Promotion Engine?
Not yet.
Got it.
I have some plans, but I can't reveal them yet.
Okay, cool. Yeah, we're all caught up now.
Okay, awesome. Well, fantastic. So with that, we're going to be moving into the next segment, but one thing I got to do first. Let's see. We're back to ChatGPT. I'm using the brand new ChatGPT 4.0 is the new version. And here we go. So producer Nick, are you ready to rate the second dad joke of the day?
Let's do it.
Okay, ready?
Yeah.
Why don't oysters donate to charity?
I don't know.
Because they're shellfish.
Oh, I like that one too.
See, so the new ChatGPT 4.0 is superior when it comes to telling jokes.
Yeah. Not as good as the first one. Definitely not an 8. I'll say like a 7.2.
7.2. Okay, audience, tell me in the chat, what does that rate on the scale of dad jokes from 0 to 10 or 1 to 10, whatever. You can give it a 0 if you want, but yeah, give me your rating. Give me your best rating on the scale of dad jokes, 1 to 10. How does that one rate? And then with that, we'll get to the real content of the day. All right, let's get this set up. Get this moved over here. And let's go out of there and over to here. Okay. Bear with me, everyone. I'm just getting my windows all situated. I've got too many screens and too many tabs. Can you relate to that? Anybody ever you open up 8 million tabs and you forget where something is that you placed on your computer somewhere?
I've got about 30 open right now.
Okay, so we're going to dive right into it. And This is all about, where did it go? There we go. Perfect. Okay, I'm recording. Just again, reminder for everyone, I'm recording. You'll hear me making notes for my editors, and you might see me doing retakes. And if you do see me doing that, I haven't gone crazy. I'm just getting this recorded for our editors. And then after I do this segment, we'll come back and do a final round of questions with you. And I have an awesome question from a comment on the channel today that I'm going to take up as well. So we have a question that I promised I would answer live. So there's a video we posted yesterday, and a great question in the comment section. So I'm going to take it up live and answer it as well. But first, we'll do the next segment. Here we go. Did you know that giving away free stuff is probably the most profitable thing that you could do? I know it sounds weird, but I've generated almost $100 million in revenue online doing just that. Giving away stuff of value as a lead-in to bring people in, get them interested in what I have to offer and how I can help them, and then selling them more stuff. And over and over and over, all of the most successful entrepreneurs that I know are doing this. Let me show you an example of somebody else who's doing something very similar. Go over here. Obviously, the editor, you can clean this up. And we will push this. And producer Nick will need to pull you out of the stage. And here we go. So I'm going to be going over all of the steps that you need to do so that you can do this as well. I'm going to show you an amazing strategy. Excuse me. Obviously, we'll have to do a retake on that. In this video, I'm going to show you step by step how you can reproduce my success, give cool stuff away for free, and make a lot of profit doing it. And I'm going to cover all of this, and you'll have all of my notes, this slide deck, and our show notes. And all you have to do is subscribe. So we have a free newsletter, no cost at all. Join our newsletter. I'll drop a link down below, and this entire presentation and all of our notes will be yours completely free. So just make sure you look down below, join our newsletter, and you can get this slide deck and everything that we cover in this session. But let's dive into it. So I'm not the only one. I'll retake that. Note for editor, clean that up again. So I'm not the only one who's an advocate of giving away your best stuff and providing value first. Alex Hormozy, the celebrity entrepreneur and marketer, says it best right here. If you're starting out, give your stuff away for free. When people say no, ask them why. The reasons they list will be the hidden costs associated with your product or service. Reverse those and you'll unlock value. Oftentimes, your price isn't the biggest cost. So what did he mean by that exactly? Oftentimes, if people are suspicious that your product, your service, your information isn't actually going to help them, or is going to take a lot of time, or be difficult, or confusing, or challenging, or defective in some way, they won't buy, even if you give it away for free. So I often find when starting out, give away great, useful information and help, and then you get a chance to survey that audience and find out what are they most interested in? How can you help them the best? You adapt, adjust, and then you can sell them more and more and more stuff. Here's someone right here who did just that. He gives out a free course. So this is Dickie Bush, and he makes $500,000 to $600,000 every month by giving away free courses, and then he upsells his students to his paid offers. So going back on screen. And this is powerful because I think a lot of people underestimate the value of giving away free help and giving away free value to bring somebody in, and then they are more than willing to spend money with you for more of that same thing. Just because somebody might get a free course from you does not mean they won't buy another course on even the exact same topic. What you do is you learn from the experience from your free users of how to make even better content, even more valuable content. And then you can create courses that are more detailed, that provide more value, help them do it bigger, better, faster, and then sell the courses. So you give away one course up front to get the customer in the door and then sell them more courses. It's an entire self-contained business model, and it works like a charm. And it's cool. Like, what better business model is there than just helping people, right? I love to do it. Look here, right on my channel and in social media, I spend hours every week helping people absolutely for free. Why? Because I want to bring people in so that they can get value and understand that I might be able to help them build, grow, and make their businesses more successful. And it's by providing that free value. And we provide a variety of things, whether it's some of the master classes or free live sessions or content on my YouTube channel. We're constantly putting out more and more and more value, and people are happy, thrilled to buy more stuff once they've gotten some value from me and got to know me. So this is an amazing strategy. And that's what that case study did that I just showed you right there. So giving out a free course, and then he sells them more courses on the exact same topic. It's how do you do it better, bigger, faster, more detail, more hands-on help, maybe even a little bit of consulting and done for you. Like, you can add this stuff on and sell it all day long. So why give away courses in the first place? Okay, they lead to high value leads. It's amazing to me when I actually, whether I'm doing a challenge of some kind where I bring people in and I teach them over a few days, or whether I give away a course that they get to learn from me, or they interact with me on my social media and on YouTube and on my live show. The people that engage with me and learn from me and get value from me are far more likely to buy stuff from me in the future. And it gives me a chance. Also, I feel good about my business. I'm helping, I'm providing a lot of value out in the public by doing that. And it builds rapport, it builds trust, it builds affinity, and then people are far more likely to do business with you. And it helps establish your business as an authority. That's something that is pretty useful. The other thing is, even if you're not an authority, you can repurpose content to create your course, right? So let's say you create, how do I want to say it? I'm going to back up. So note for editor, we'll back up a minute. I misread this. So we're going to back up and do this again. The other thing you can do is the content that you put in your free course can be repurposed and given away on many different channels. I often do this where we may create a mini course, and then I'll take segments and pieces of that course and reuse them, post them to my blog, or use them to create a YouTube video around, and you can use them over and over again. And then what you do is you give away the full course for free, and then you give it an even better version of the course at a price. The other thing is this allows you to expose an audience. While they're reading and going through your course, you can expose them to all of your products so they can become aware of what products that you do have. So they come to you for the free course to solve problems and achieve goals. While they're doing that, they start to become aware of the products that you do sell and the things that you offer that they may have never heard of until they start consuming your course. And this builds a huge loyalty with your audience. So those who consume that free content, they know, like, and trust you, to use an old worn out slogan there. Now, the important thing here, the critical thing, in fact, to make this work is that you must create a course that helps people with real important problems that they feel and experience, that they need to solve, that Maybe they're problems that are so important to them that they don't even really want to talk about it to most people. Maybe they only talk about it with their spouse or their family members. We need to uncover what those big problems are in reference to your product and your niche and your business. And then we create a course that touches on those things. And sure, maybe in a free giveaway course, you can't solve their 5 biggest problems in life, but you sure can enlighten them on a path forward on how to get improvement and how to move towards solving those problems. Then your more expensive and more comprehensive courses can do an even bigger and better job, which is why they'll pay you for them. And then also 5 of the biggest goals that they have that they want to achieve. And this, you'll hear me talk about this a lot, and that's because it works. So many people focus on, they get this idea of like, oh, I want to do a course on how to brew coffee, okay? And maybe someone really would be willing to invest in going through a course and studying how to brew gourmet coffee, and maybe not. We need to know with certainty, do people really want to achieve that goal? And is it an emotionally powerful goal that they have? Or do they have problems trying to achieve that goal that they really, really want to solve? And so going in, you need to know this, and it needs to become an important part of the course that you're going to give away. Think of this almost like bait, right? So that when your prospects are surfing through the web and they're out on social media, they kind of hear like, oh, that's a problem I have. It catches their attention. They come to your website and they sign up for your free course to solve that problem, okay? Now you've got them. And whether you're selling a physical product, a service, or more information or more courses, either way, they're now kind of captured by the gravity, right, of of these problems and goals. And they're interested and they're listening and they're paying attention. And now you can sell them your other stuff. So this part is critical. Now, if you don't know your customer base, you're unsure of what these problems and goals are, you can use AI to uncover this. And in fact, I did extensive training on this on the channel. It's a method that we call 10PGB, which stands for 10 problems, goals, and benefits. There's a video on this channel that'll teach you step by step how to use AI to uncover those big, juicy problems and goals. But it's vital that you get this step right. That's why I'm talking about this so heavily. Next, we identify the benefits. I talked about 10 PGB, right? That's 10 problems and goals and their benefits. So what is a benefit? Well, that's the thing that they feel, the emotion that they experience, or the thing that they have after they've solved the problem or achieved the goal. How are they going to feel? What are they going to experience? And I think emotion and the feeling, the real livingness of what they're going to experience after they get that is very important to identify what that is. And every product has this. I think a lot of people underestimate even buying a car has an experience, a feeling, an emotion attached to once you have solved a problem or achieved a goal when you bought that car, right? Was your existing car breaking down and it was just a dread worrying about whether you were going to get to work on time? Well, if you solve that by buying a new car, that's a benefit, right? And what is the feeling that you get from that? The confidence of now I know that I can rely on my car. The relief that I don't have to worry about it breaking down on the side of the road, right? Those are examples of benefits, and that fits any kind of product or service. So you want to get really clear on what the benefits are once they solve the problems and achieve the goals. Now, we create a lesson, a little mini lesson. It can be somewhere between 3,000 to 5,000, some maybe even a little more, words of content that help bring a person closer to understanding how they can solve that problem or goal. Now, as I said, you're not going to take an important life problem and solve it in a 3,000-word lesson, but you can educate someone and enlighten them about what the path ahead is. How can they solve that problem? What things should they be thinking about to help unlock that problem? What kind of products or services, hint, hint, could they maybe want to buy to solve that problem. And we work that into our course that you're going to give away for free. It's really, really important that we do this. Step 4. We take each of those lessons and we break them down into 5 parts. So this is really useful. You can actually use AI to do this. So you can go, whether you're using ChatGPT or Anthropic or Google or whatever tool you want to use, you can go to the AI and you can say, hey, I want to write a lesson on X. Can you break this, give me an outline of the topics I should cover to help someone achieve such and such problem and experience such and such benefit? Right? Again, making sure you tell the AI about what the problem is, what the benefit is, what the goal is. Tell them that the title of the lesson you want to make and say, give me an outline. I want to break it down. Give me the 5 things that I need to put in this lesson. And then the AI will give you a kind of an outline of what should be in that lesson. Again, make sure it's tied to the problems, goals, benefits that we chatted about before. And oh, by the way, then what I do is I write each section, obviously. So step by step, I go through all 5 segments and I write each segment, pull them all together, and that becomes a lesson, okay? So let's kind of recap this for a moment before I move on to the next step. We got 5 problems, 5 goals, and all of their benefits. Then for every single one, so we're going to have 10 lessons, 1 for each problem or goal. We're going to outline each lesson down into 5 parts. We're then going to write each of the 5 parts. That becomes our lesson. We repeat that 10 times. That creates our full course that we're going to give away. This course is designed to perfectly prime up someone and get them ready to buy from you. So that's why we're structuring it this way. So does that make sense? And you can use AI to do this too, right? So you can go to AI. So after you tell it, hey, let's break down this lesson into 5 parts, you can have the AI write each of the 5 parts one at a time and then copy and paste and assemble it all together, okay? So you could say, hey, please write me an introduction to the lesson. Please write these 5 steps. Please write me a conclusion. And then you can copy and paste and put it all together. And then my favorite place to put lessons is online in a members area. I'm not a fan of just sending them something to download. I like to have control of the process, and it helps me make more sales because they have to come back to my website, put in their username and password, and log in to get access to their lessons. So even though it's free, they still need to make a username and password. They still need to sign up so they become a lead that I can sell more stuff to, right? So and by the way, PushButton AI, my software platform, it does all of this. It does everything I've described, hands-free. It does it for you. So if that's something you're interested in, I'm teaching you how you can do this yourself. But if you want a tool that will literally just done for you, do all of these steps, you can check out PushButton AI. I recommend getting a demo. One of my team will show you the tool, go over how it can help you, and figure out if it's a good fit. And then you might be invited into our early access program to get access to the tool. But again, pushbutton.ai/demo is where you would go for that. So yes, put it on a members area. Make sure that they have to log in to get access to it. Next, we'll move on to the next step. We have to write a sales letter. Okay. Now, the beauty of this step is that because we know their 10 juiciest problems and goals and the benefits that they want to achieve, this really makes writing a sales letter easy. And again, you could use AI for this. You can feed all of that information. You could say, here's the people I want to help. Women over the age of 45 who are experiencing, X, Y, and Z. Here are the top 10 problems and goals and benefits that they have. Help me write a sales letter. And the AI will help you with that. Okay. Or you could use our system and it just does it all for you automatically. So you don't have to lift a finger. It just writes your whole sales letter for you. So that's my preferred solution is PushButton AI. But you do need to sell it. Even though you're giving it away for free, you have to sell it and explain why someone would want to sign up and go through the course. Okay. Because even if it's free, they still need to invest their time, and they still need to provide you and give you their contact information in order to get access to the course. So you need to pitch it and sell it just as much as if you were charging money for it, even though you're giving it away for free. Okay, so we kind of already covered this step, actually, which is to make all the content for our 10 lessons. So we had every lesson was broken down into 5 parts. We wrote our lessons one at a time, assembled it all together, copy and paste, create your members area, put it in there, and you've got your course that you can give away. Okay, or again, use PushButton AI, and it'll do this all for you. Okay, which that's the thing I really want to talk about here too, is that PushButton AI can do this for you. On this channel, you'll see a lot of training that will help you even in more detail, step by step, going through more detailed of how you can create a course yourself using tools like ChatGPT, or there's an AI called Claude by a company called Anthropic. Those are the 2 places I like to use. There's also Google has Google Gemini, but you can use any of these tools, and they're fairly inexpensive. I think each one costs about $20 a month. And you can use all the training that we've got here on the channel and build your courses for free. But PushButton AI can quite literally do the whole process for you. And what I've done is not only do I have it create your entire course, I have it handle all the technical stuff. So it actually builds your site. It formats, designs the pages, installs the plugins, configures the plugins, activates your theme. We have over $8,000 worth of paid tools that are pre-installed on your sites that PushButton AI builds for you. It hosts it, sets up all your hosting, registers your domain name, and then hands you the keys, and then off you go. So if you're looking for a done-for-you turnkey solution, then take a look at PushButton AI, and you can learn more. No pressure. You can jump on Zoom with one of my team members. They'll show you how it works, and we'll figure out if it can help you. If it can't help you, then that's cool. Then there are probably other tools out there or other options available. But if we can help you, you'll be invited in to our early access program, and you can get access to not just the PushButton AI tool suite, but one-on-one coaching, courses on how to get traffic, training on how to use AI to build a profitable business, and so much more. So again, you can check that out at pushbutton.ai/demo. Now, I hope that this video was useful. I hope it gave you a little bit of an insight into a new way of doing business by giving stuff away for free, particularly stuff that is valuable and has emotional impact on your potential customers. So I hope you learned a little something. And if you did, tap that like button. And I would be eternally grateful, because it helps YouTube understand that this content is worth sharing with others. And of course, give us a subscribe. If you're not currently a channel subscriber, you'll see the red subscribe button down below. Tap it. Make sure you turn notifications on. You'll see the little bell icon. Tap that bell icon. YouTube is infamous for, even though you're subscribed, they don't notify you. So if you want to make sure you're notified when we release more content like this, then tap that noti bell and let them know that you want those notifications. And on that, thank you for spending a bit of time with me. We shall see you next time. Bye for now. All right, audience, we are going to do some more Q&A, and we're going to talk more about this topic and answer all of your questions. And I've got a question that came in through a comment. We've got a very popular video today that hit the channel. And we had somebody ask me a question in the comments of that video. So I'm going to pull that comment up, and I'm going to answer their big question and all of yours. So you can ask me any question about entrepreneurship, business building, traffic, or the content that we just talked about on the show, all in just a moment. But first, I'm going to take a very quick commercial break so I can rest my voice, get a little more caffeine, and we'll be right back with all of your questions. See you in just a minute.
You know you can now launch your own online business with the click of a mouse? Sounds crazy, right? Guess what? It's now possible thanks to our game-changing AI software that's helping beginners build a successful online business. If you have tried and failed at building an online business, or you've got no idea where to start, there is good news for you. We are entering a new exciting era of AI, and I'm here to teach you how to use it to build and grow an online business. Because I'm handing you a blueprint, a business in a box powered by AI, and it's called PushButton AI. Imagine a tool so smart it does all the heavy lifting for you. Builds an info product business, sets up hosting, launches the website, and even crafts engaging email sequences. Here's the thing. This isn't like anything else out there, and this is based on what's working right now. PushButton AI is based on my experience of generating over $100 million over the last 20 years and helping over 81,942 customers build and grow their own online businesses. If you'd like to find out more about this, register now and dive into my free live demo to uncover strategies and traffic tricks that will pivot your business and skyrocket your online business from surviving to thriving. Imagine what your life would look like today if you bought Bitcoin when it was $1. You now have the same opportunity with PushButton AI since nobody else is doing this. Don't miss out this time.
And we're back. For some people, there's a YouTube ad break also happening. So some of you may be seeing ads. Some of you may not be, especially those of you who have premium. And what we're going to do next is all of your questions. But the first thing I want to do, let me just get this set up here. Escape that. Get my screen sharing back. I'm going to first go to a question that came through the channel this morning, actually. And I want to answer a question for one of our channel subscribers. Here we go. So here we are on the channel, and you'll notice, let's see, which video is it that I am looking for? It is, well, let's go here. We'll go to videos. It is this one. So I know that guy. Okay, so I want to go down. I want to answer a comment that came in on the channel, which, by the way, this is a great video that hit the channel. It's all about how to start an email newsletter business from scratch. And we go over some case studies and things of people that did that and made a pile of money, walking away with millions of dollars. So great video. I highly recommend you check that out. But if we look down here, the comment that I want to answer really fast is right here from Ray Makara. I probably got Ray's name wrong. Ray, I don't know if you're here in the live audience. Let me know if you're here. But Ray asks, he says, it's a really good video, Bill. If your newsletter is free in the beginning, how do you transition those early subscribers to becoming paid subscribers? So this video is all about how you create a free newsletter and then monetize it and make money, okay? And so he's asking, how do you actually make that happen from your early subscribers that come in to when they become paid subscribers and you can start making money? And so I told him I was going to answer today on the show. And let's come over here. So on that note, so here's what happens. When you first launch an email newsletter, and we've kind of switched topics here, but when you first launch an email newsletter and you're getting free subscribers that come in, you learn from those subscribers the best things that you can do to help them, right? Like what are their biggest problems and goals, and what are the things that you can actually now sell them information. And much like the training that I just gave on free courses, we do the same thing. We learn from our free newsletter subscribers, and then we sell them more tips, help, training, bigger, better, faster ways of achieving the goals that they want to achieve, solving the problems that they want to solve. And we simply then sell it. That's really the simplicity of it. It's no more complicated than that. We get early subscribers, then we learn from those subscribers, and we create better content and sell it to them. That's it. That's it sounds very simple because it is, and it works. So that's the simple answer on that question. And then with that, we're going to go to the audience. So let's head over to Q&A with the live audience. So producer Nick, what questions do we have?
Yes. Nothing has come up since the segment ended, although during the show, Pete said, sorry, I'm just scrolling up to find it.
Sure.
Well, he mentioned I want to read it verbatim, but I guess I'll sum up what I remember from it. He said he launched a free course onto Twitter, and he's not having luck with it, and he was a little discouraged. And I asked, I'm like, well, would you be comfortable sharing the link? Maybe we can take a look. And I have yet to get the link, but if you want us to help you live on the air, just drop a link, and we can take a look at your free course and see what's up with it.
Yeah, definitely. Would love to. I critique that. We can take a look at your tweets, at your course, at your landing pages, and see if we can help spruce them up and help get you some results. Also,
okay.
I did see somebody who's a PushButton customer who was struggling to get their one-on-ones. So, producer Nick, can you pass on that information to Samantha on our team so she can help take care of that person?
Yes.
Awesome.
Okay, I found Pete's message. Here's what he says. I keep offering a free course of mine on X, but only 10 people have clicked on my landing page and not bothered to leave their email address.
Well, definitely 10 people is way too small of an audience size to know if it's working or not. That's probably the first thing. So the very first thing we need to crack is how do we get more people to see that landing page? Then once you're gathering some useful statistics, we can kind of start to improve that process. So the first place to look is look on Twitter and see what is happening there and see what could we do to get you more clicks from Twitter so that people can see the landing page about getting the free course. So that's where we would focus as the primary thing. Typically, in order to get statistically meaningful results, we need to get, more like 100 or a few hundred people before we really can start telling what's going on. Okay. But 10 visitors is not enough to tell at all, have any clue at all if that is going to be successful or not, unfortunately. And then also the 10 visitors, what stats are you pulling that from? If you have Google Analytics installed, I want to verify too, because sometimes you'll get bot clicks, and even those 10 visitors, half of those might be bots. So you want to watch out for that as well. Or sometimes I see people that they get, I'll put air quotes, clicks, but they're actually not people that stick. And one of the clues for that, if you're not sure, is to look at your bounce rate in Google Analytics. Cool. Do we and I'd be happy if you wanted me to pull it up and take a look here and see if I can help give you some a critique on how to get more clicks from your tweet. I'd be happy to do that. And then with that, I'll remind the rest of the audience that you can ask me anything. So if you have a question about market research, you're trying to pick a niche, you don't know what niche market that you want to launch a business in, or maybe you know your niche and you're not sure what the next step is, or maybe you've got a website and you can't get traffic, whatever your unique situation is, please ask me. That's this show is all about me helping you as an entrepreneur. So anything that I can do to pull up, give you critiques, I can pull up your pages, pull up your sites. I can also just answer any general question or give you advice for your circumstance. And we're going to be wrapping up in a couple of moments, so make sure that you get those questions in now. And we have a very important link that we want to share with you in a few minutes too. So don't go anywhere. It's an incredibly valuable link with some really important information. And I want to share that with you in just a couple of minutes as well. So with that, do we have anything else to cover?
Brian, this is a brand new question that just popped in. He says, what is the opportunity with AI?
Well, the biggest opportunity in what we've been talking about here is creating courses and creating training materials and help to give away for free or sell. And that is a big part of what we're talking about. And that's what the PushButton AI system does for you. It builds businesses to get you leads, to get you traffic, and to even sell those courses and PushButton AI builds it all for you. So that's my flagship software tool. So I think I answered your question. Maybe not.
Brian, he elaborated. He said, what is the best money-making opportunity with AI?
Yeah, that's actually what we've been talking about today. It's creating courses that help people solve their problems and achieve their goals in order to build a list, get subscribers, or get new customers, and then sell them things. That is really the model. That is, in my opinion, the number one way for the average entrepreneur to make money right now. Okay, that might change over time, right? As AI evolves and improves and changes. But right here, right now, that's the biggest opportunity. What else we got?
Yeah, this comes from Charlotte, and these are 2 messages in a row. She says, so if you're trying to pick a niche between a passion of yours and one that is touted as a better bet, which one would you choose?
Well, the one that you say is a better bet, if that's something that you can be passionate about, that you can become interested in, or that you're at least curious about, I might go for that one. But if that better option is something that you just really don't care about, you can take it or leave it, you're not really interested in it, then I would go with your passion. And we did a training on this, actually, this very topic. There's an actual exercise, a step-by-step exercise that you can do to help you make that decision. And it's I don't know if you've ever heard of this. It's actually a very old philosophy from Japan. So it's like 1,000-year-old concept from Japan, and it's called Ikigai. And it's all about coming up with what you can do in the world to be fulfilled and make money kind of at the same exact time. And so there's a whole video about how you apply this. How do you use this Japanese philosophy of Ikigai to make a lot of money and feel fulfilled when you pick a niche market? So I would recommend you check out that video on the channel. And producer Nick, you can share that. There you did. You already did. Awesome.
Yep.
So I recommend you check that out. That'll give you a lot more insight into this question. And my answer is kind of, I know it's funny. Some people will tell you always pursue your passion. Other people will tell you forget your passion, go for the thing that makes money. And I actually believe that neither of those answers is correct. And the answer actually is deeper, and it lies in that training about Ikigai.
Yeah, she had a follow-up. She says, okay, I just feel like I only have one shot.
Well, that's also something that you want, from a mindset standpoint. I know the feeling, and I understand, and I empathize with it. But one thing to realize is it's definitely not your only shot, right? So if let's say you pick and you get it wrong, it is not that big of a deal to just dust yourself off and do the next one. I can tell you from my own experience, right? I've had a lot of successes. I've had more failures. Just to be completely transparent with everybody. It isn't as though I have some magic power to pick an awesome business model. Okay. My superpower, if I have one, is that I'm stubborn and persistent. Okay. And so when I have an idea for a business, I kind of grab it like a pit bull and I don't let go. Okay. And that's largely why I've been successful. And for, every successful business that I have, every successful ad campaign or product, there is 5 or 10 that were a failure. And it's by continuing and persistence and, again, that tenacity to stick with it and make it work. Maybe I have a bright idea in a niche I want to go into, but I find I have to adjust and, pivot and maybe change my business model a little bit or adjust the niche just a little bit. And then, boom, it becomes successful. So just, don't feel like you've got to get it perfect right away. It's more important that you take action and that you stay persistent. That is by far more important than getting the niche exactly perfect. Next question.
Yeah, Brian wants to know, does PushButton have a done-for-you, ready-to-sell course rather than, I'll read this verbatim. He says, does PushButton AI have done for you ready to sell courses rather than use build a course?
So yeah, they're not pre-built. Each one of the businesses, it's a business builder, right? And it can build a business with a course that comes together with the sales page, your email campaigns, videos, audios, it's everything. And it's built for you. Now, that doesn't mean that you're going to, the process is so simple. If you want the AI just to do everything for you, you can you answer 2 questions and hit a button, and it will just do the whole thing. Come back in an hour, your business is built. It's done, it's launched, it's ready to go. So it's really easy to do, but you would use the system to build a unique business for you. That's how it works. Now, for some of you don't want that. Some of you want a process that you can be involved with and you can edit and improve and adjust, and the AI is simply helping you. You can also do that. So you actually have a choice when you build sites with it, or you build a business with us. You can either be involved in the process and kind of be the human editor as the AI builds your business, or you can push a button and just let it build it for you. The choice is yours.
Awesome. From 20 Vikings, he says, I have 9,500 followers on Instagram. It's on an account with comics as the main focus. How can I monetize from this? Ideas?
Well, comics is going to be a more challenging niche to monetize. But what I would really recommend is that number one, you build a newsletter. So you need to build an email newsletter, and you need to start taking that audience that you're building on Instagram and get them to subscribe to your newsletter. I know the world of comics has like an ever-flowing stream of content, right? So what kind of comics, by the way? I'm curious. But I know that world has, it's a constant flow of content. And a newsletter can be really interesting to your followers and your subscribers, where they can sign up for free. You would build an email newsletter list. That would be my first recommendation to you. And then continue growing your audience and continue growing your newsletter, because that's step number one. From there, you can you can promote a variety of things. There are affiliate offers where you can promote products and services that'll fit the comic genre and that audience, and you could get paid commission for promoting those things. That would probably be step 2. So step 1, keep building your audience and get them on an email newsletter list. Send them a weekly email newsletter and keep building your audience. Then start selling them affiliate products, okay? And you would get commission for that. And step 3 would be once your newsletter is big enough, you can probably get sponsorships. And that actually would be a lot easier than you might think. But that would be the first 3 steps. There's more to it than that, but there's a quick, business plan, in 3 steps.
His comics are about Viking, because the Viking genre.
Oh, okay. That's cool. So there you go. That'd be my recommendation for you.
Yeah, and Charlotte says, on your advice to her about niche selection, she says, wow, thank you. I know. Maybe I just needed to hear it. Yeah, and it's, I've had the good fortune to be able to coach a lot of entrepreneurs, over the years. And it's incredibly common. I think people get that feeling of they want to get it right, and it's like a little bit of they want it, and you almost want it to be perfect, And I see that spread across a lot of things as you're building a business. On details like your logo, for example, I can tell you, it's an endless number of people that I have coached over the years that will obsess about the colors of their website or the logo or getting the niche exactly right, or making sure that before they sell their course that they've hired someone who's got a PhD in English to, edit it. And it becomes like a series of perfectionist steps. And unfortunately, that's a path to failure,
it's a nice ideal to have that everything could be perfect. But in the real world, that just doesn't happen. And for entrepreneurs that kind of get stuck on that path, it is a path to failure, unfortunately. Whereas the other way, right? I've seen like wild and crazy entrepreneurs who just throw stuff out there that is, like flawed and things and broken, and they go on to become multimillionaires. All right. So, but the difference really, I think, is their willingness to take action and then correct. I mean, obviously they don't keep doing that. If they launch something and it's like broken, they fix it. But it's that willingness to just get it out there, even if it's broken, even if it sucks, even if it's completely wrong. And I think that by far it leads to more success. Yeah.
All right. Question about PushButton. They say, I would love to join PushButton. I even saw the presentation you did with Barry Plaskow and would love to get the bonuses you added. I'm just not sure what the difference between the light and premium is.
Oh, okay. Yeah, definitely. I gave some pretty awesome bonuses through Barry. So yeah, if you can join through him, I would highly recommend it. And the light version of PushButton is something that if you're going to build, let's say you're just going to build one site and that's it. And maybe you don't really want a lot of hands-on coaching and a lot of like extra help. You just want to like get access to the tool. You want to build one business and move on, right? Then the light version is the best version for that because you're going to get, we have what we call add-ons, and you're going to get one set of add-ons for free. It was like a bonus that we threw in there, right? So you'll get a set of videos, audios, your email campaigns, a logo, all the extra bells and whistles. You're going to get one set of those for free. And you wouldn't get any coaching, right? That's the light version. With the premium version, you get 4 sets of add-ons for free. So all the extra bells and whistles, you can build 4 different sites and get all those add-ons added to it for free as part of that package. And you get a little bit extra hands-on help. So that's the main difference between those two options. And I think, I don't know. I don't really want to ask you for your phone number through the chat in public, but I could also have somebody get in touch with you and help you understand if you want to ask questions about the difference between those two versions. But yeah, here in the public YouTube chat, sometimes it's kind of hard to do that.
Oh, Brian
and who was that, by the way, that asked about that?
Yeah, that's their name is the Mick737.
Okay. So what I would recommend, if you're already there, then on that order page, then what I would do is go into chat and let them know that you want to talk to somebody. You'd like to speak to a consultant to learn, if you have questions about it. That's what I would recommend. So just go to the order page, go into the chat, and make sure you tell them your contact information, give them your email address and your phone number, and then they'll set up someone to answer your questions. Yeah.
So this is a really good question from Brian.
Mm-hmm.
And he says, what is the realistic number of hours of work per week to build and manage a weekly newsletter?
Well, if you do it, the beauty of a newsletter is it can be really hands-free. I know producer Nick, you create a newsletter issue every week. You're not using some of the AI tools out there that could make it super easy. You're doing it by hand. And how long does it take you to do one newsletter episode?
Oh, one issue?
Yeah.
Maybe like 2-3 hours max.
Okay. So there's 2 or 3 hours a week, like producing and putting out the episode. And then I would say, you want to be active in getting traffic. That's probably where the bulk of your time will be spent, is in, growing your social media and getting traffic and all of that. And I would say, an absolute minimum of 4 hours there, in terms of like staying focused on getting traffic. And that's, I'm giving you a minimum, right? The more time you spend and the more time and the more strategies you apply and the more things you do to grow that business, the faster and bigger the results will be. Right? That should give you some general idea. So call it 4 hours of spending time getting traffic, call it 2 hours of producing your weekly newsletter, and that would be the bare bones of running a newsletter business.
Yeah. Also depends. I imagine like a sliding scale where on the very easiest side, very lowest effort of content creation is the curation model, right? And then on the other side, like the right side.
Yeah, curation, let me define that for everybody too. Yeah. So when he talks about doing a newsletter by curation, what you do is you curate like a museum curator. You collect up the most relevant news, useful articles, YouTube videos, just content from around the web that's like fresh and new that your audience would be interested in. And then you share them, basically, right? You can say, hey, look, in Bill's video, he said X, Y, and Z. Here's a link to go watch the whole video, right? That's an example. You can do snippets and commentary and discussion of other content from around the web. So you don't actually produce anything original of your own. You're just commenting and sharing useful stuff. That's curation. Yeah.
Yeah. And then, so that's like the easiest way to create content for a newsletter. And then like a sliding scale, like a continuum to the right side where it might be more difficult to compose the content is like the analytical side. And depending on how analytical you get and how much of your own creativity you're putting in, that could take a lot more time. What I'd recommend for a brand new person is to start off heavy on the curation, just share links that are relevant to what your audience wants. And then over time, as you become an authority in the niche your newsletter is in, become more analytical and you add your own commentary or your own instructions or, things you have learned from your own experience. That's how I would do it. Does that make sense, Bill? Like, are you tracking with what I said?
Fantastic advice. Fantastic advice. Yeah.
Because I think a lot of people, they're worried about starting newsletters in areas they don't think they're authorities in. They don't want to be like frauds. I recommend you start off and don't claim to be an authority. You start your newsletter and you're just sharing. You're a curator.
Yeah, sharing cool stuff. I mean, look, Oprah Winfrey built an empire doing just that. All right. All she did is bring in guests. She wasn't an expert. She wasn't a guru. Another example would be Drudge Report. Drudge Report became like one of the biggest, most highly trafficked news sites in the world.
Did they have an exit?
Because you shared links,
I was hearing rumors that they had a really big exit or something like that.
Yeah, but I think it's confidential, so they never shared that it's like a secret that he sold it. But then, no, they're not announcing that he sold it, and yeah.
That could have. That was if they did sell it. That was most likely like an 8-figure deal. They get tons of traffic, or they did.
Yeah, that was the rumor. So yeah, he sold for like $100 million or something, and all because all he did is share links. But it's valuable. Like I think that people underappreciate that model of curation. You can build a very big newsletter just on that idea of simply sharing useful and interesting things from around the web. And, I think that it's underappreciated, but it can be highly profitable.
Yeah. And what I would do if I'm trying to start like a personal brand or I want to, start a newsletter and then have an offer in that niche, but I'm not yet an authority, I would start off curating. And then as you build that newsletter and you start off simply sharing links, you eventually become an authority and like a thought leader in that area. You could do that. You could learn, you could start off curating and then learn about it over time, or you could borrow maybe your newsletter gets big enough. You could invite people on to share their expertise and you kind of become like a known quantity in that space. But you start off just sharing. All you're doing is just like, here's a link.
I think that's amazing advice because, even if you're just a curious beginner, right? Somebody who's just interested in a topic and you're not an authority, you don't know anything about it. By using this idea of curating and sharing useful and interesting things, you can build an audience and then become that expert. And I think so many people feel like they need to be like some master guru in order to go into a niche about that topic. And you just don't. All you need to be is curious enough to learn the niche and share what you're learning. And it becomes a journey that you go on with your audience. And eventually, like you say, Nick, you end up becoming the expert, the authority. But you don't have to start that way. You can start as an absolute beginner and still build an audience. And this is how you do it.
Right. Okay. Do we have anything else?
No, yes, we do. Since we're on the topic of newsletters, I think this is a perfect time to share the link that you've got for everybody.
Right. Yes, I'll pop that in.
So we have a video that's become very popular on the channel that we dropped yesterday. It is all about newsletters. So you've heard me talking about newsletters quite a lot. It's a business model that we are very enthusiastic about. Email newsletters are a great way. If you're an entrepreneur who just wants to start something new, a newsletter is a great way to get that started. If you have a business that you already have and you want to add a newsletter to it, that's a great thing to do to help build more profit and a new source of leads and customers. So I highly recommend the newsletter business model. And producer Nick shared in the chat a link to that video that we dropped. So go check that out. It is all about starting your newsletter, especially if you're somebody who has not yet done that. If you haven't done it before, it's all about step-by-step, goes into detail about the whole newsletter business and getting you started. So check that out. And on that note, I think we have handled everybody's questions. And producer Nick, make sure you pass on any support over to the team that was in the chat. And with that, we're going to be wrapping things up. So go check out that video. While you're over there, pop into the comments and let me know what you think of that video. Let me know your commentary. If you have any questions about the newsletter business model, I'll be lurking in the comments for about the next 24 hours. So go pop in your questions about the newsletter business model into that video that's linked in chat right now. Head on over there, check it out, drop in your comments, and I'll be hanging out in the comment section answering all your questions. And with that, we're going to be wrapping up for the day. Oh, I can't leave without the final dad joke of the day. So here, ChatGPT 4.0. Let's get our, here's another one. Okay. You ready for this one?
Yes, let's hear it.
Okay. Why don't scientists trust atoms?
Why?
Because they make up everything.
Oh wow. Yeah, 4.0's on a roll today.
Yeah, the new OpenAI model seems to be much better at telling dad jokes. So we got a 3 for 3. I think 3 winners today.
Yeah,
so what's your rating? What's your rating?
I'm gonna say like a 7. Like a 7.
A 7. Okay. Well, that's so I got 2 7s and an 8 today. Not bad.
Yeah. I'm curious. I have not used because it's brand new. Was it yesterday when it was announced 4.0?
Yeah.
I haven't used
Monday,
it
actually, but yeah.
I haven't used that at all. Have you been playing around with it? Like, what are your thoughts?
It does seem like it handles language a little bit better. And I've been using the it's really quite here. You know what? We can have some fun with it here. Let's see. Although my mic on here doesn't work very well. But one of the cool things about it is it actually you can have like a live conversation with it. So here, let me start a new conversation. And let me turn this on. Okay, well, it's connecting. So I'm going to show you an example of, connection failed. So it looks like it's under high demand. Let's try this again.
Yeah, I'm trying it too. It doesn't want to load.
Yeah, so I think it's such a cool feature. I think way too many people are trying to use it. Yeah, I can't get it to work. So the voice feature is awesome. And for those of you who haven't seen it, I wanted to demo it, but yeah, it's stuck connecting. All right, one final time I'll try, and then we'll move on. Okay, come on, you can do it. Come on. No.
Oh, did it go? Oh no, it didn't.
It failed.
Next time.
Anyway, it's pretty interesting. Producer Nick saw me doing this the other day, having a conversation. Like, just did it to you as an external person? Did it just look like I was talking to somebody?
Yeah.
So you actually just have like a live conversation. It's it's getting very close to the days of like, imagine everybody has their own Jarvis, like in Iron Man, in your ear. We're almost there with AI, which is quite crazy. And I really wanted to show that. So I gave it one last tap. Come on, everybody, cheer it on. Come on. Oh, failed. Okay. All right. Well, too many people are trying to use ChatGPT right now. But yeah, check that out. It's mind-blowing what they're doing with AI now with this. And Google has just also announced. So Monday, OpenAI jumped in and announced. Then Tuesday, Google announced a very similar feature in their within their AI tools where it's like conversational. And what's mind-blowing is you can even turn the camera on and the AI can see your face, can tell your emotions, tell your intentions. You can show it the environment and the room you're in, and you can ask it questions about what it sees. It's just absolutely mind-blowing. So I saw somebody hold up and show the city that they were standing in, like, just showed off the balcony, say, hey, what city am I in? And the AI could figure out just from looking off the balcony through the camera what city that they were in. Yeah, it's quite amazing. So but on that note, we're going to wrap things up. So producer Nick, pop that in through the StreamYard so it comes out through me, I think, just to make it a clickable link. So share that link one more time. Go check out our training on email newsletters. And with that, we're going to wrap it up for the day. So producer Nick, thank you so much for your help again today. And all the audience who's still with us, thank you for spending the afternoon with us. We'll see you next week. Subscribe. Tap that subscribe button if you haven't yet. It's right down there. Just give it a tap, and also the thumbs up. And with that, we'll see you next time. Those of you who are not yet a PushButton AI customer, then you need to check this out. And all you need to do is go to pushbutton.ai/demo, pushbutton.ai/demo, and you can get a live one-on-one appointment to get on Zoom and see this powerful technology in action. And with PushButton AI, it will build an entire business from bottom to top. Everything you need, from your domain name to your logo to videos to audio lessons, an entire course that you can sell as your own, a 30-day email sequence that it writes. You can send a daily email for 30 days, all written by AI, and a whole lot more. It writes your sales page. If you're not sure how to write an expert sales page to convince people to buy stuff, it writes it for you. It writes a free report that you can give away to get subscribers to your list. It even creates and writes the opt-in subscription page to get people to subscribe to get the free report. And it goes on and on and on. It even writes your first 10 blog posts for you, and it can do so much more. Social media posts, ads, all of these things are done, and all you have to do is answer a couple of questions and push a button. Now, PushButton AI is not available to the public at the time of recording this video. And the only way to get in is by invite to our behind-the-scenes beta access. And during your live demo, we'll show you the technology. We'll actually work with you to actually map out an entire course that you could sell as your own. We'll outline the course with you together on the one-on-one Zoom call. And then if you so decide, if you're a good fit, you can come in, join our PushButton AI beta program, and be in business with that very course by the next day. Go to pushbutton.ai/demo to figure out if this powerful technology is right for you. You can register there. You'll book an appointment in the calendar. Be sure you show up. Our team will be very excited to meet you and show you how the tech works, outline your new course for you, and hopefully it's a fit and we can work together to launch your next business.
The presidents, celebrities, or characters in this video are all fake and generated by artificial intelligence.
You know, the other day while I was resting my eyes, I woke up to find that I'd built an entire online business.
Really, Joe? How'd you manage to do that?
Well, you see,
Wait a minute, Sleepy Joe. Let me guess. You had PushButton AI do all the work, didn't you?
That's right, Donald. It found me a fantastic domain name, built out a complete site, set up my shopping cart so I can get paid, and even wrote an entire email sales campaign for me, all while I was napping.
Well, I've been using PushButton AI too. And believe me, my new business, it's huge. The best. So much winning. You wouldn't believe.
This PushButton AI sounds phenomenal.
Oh, it is. It's almost as genius as I am.
But with better hair, no doubt.
Guys, all this talk is boring to me. What everyone needs to do is click the link of this video and go to the masterclass to see how to use this powerful technology to build their own profitable online business.
Well, if Elon says it, it must be worth a shot.
You're right, Barry. Everyone should click the link right now.
I can't believe I'm going to agree with Joe, but this masterclass sounds like it's going to be huge. Absolutely terrific. The best masterclass ever given, probably.
Okay, guys, how about we hit that link? Time is money.
You know you can now launch your own online business with the click of a mouse? Sounds crazy, right? Guess what? It's now possible thanks to our game-changing AI software that's helping beginners build a successful online business. If you have tried and failed at building an online business or you've got no idea where to start, there is good news for you. We are entering a new exciting era of AI, and I'm here to teach you how to use it to build and grow an online business. Because I'm handing you a blueprint, a business in a box powered by AI, and it's called PushButton AI. Imagine a tool so smart it does all the heavy lifting for you. Builds an info product business, sets up hosting, launches the website, and even crafts engaging email sequences. Here's the thing. This isn't like anything else out there, and this is based on what's working right now. PushButton AI is based on my experience of generating over $100 million over the last 20 years and helping over 81,942 customers build and grow their own online businesses. If you'd like to find out more about this, register now and dive into my free live demo to uncover strategies and traffic tricks that will pivot your business and skyrocket your online business from surviving to thriving. Imagine what your life would look like today if you bought Bitcoin when it was $1. You now have the same opportunity with PushButton AI since nobody else is doing this. Don't miss out this time.